Have you ever watched something and just felt completely moved, like you were ready to take on the world? Well, there's a science to that feeling. Today, we are pulling back the curtain and deconstructing the art of motivational storytelling. We're going to build a blueprint, a step-by-step guide for crafting a narrative that doesn't just entertain, but genuinely inspires. So here it is, the big question, right? How do we move beyond the cliched montages and cheesy one-liners to tell a story that actually connects with someone? A story that makes them want to get up, push through their own challenges, and go after their own goals. That's exactly what we're going to figure out. The secret, if you can call it that, is in the blueprint. It's like a recipe for inspiration. And we're going to break down a proven three-act structure that's all about building a powerful story of struggle and ultimately triumph. It's a formula anyone can follow. Okay, let's get into it. Every story has to start somewhere, and ours begins with Act 1, crafting an aspirational hero. This is our foundation. Because let's be honest, before an audience can care about the journey, they have to care about the person taking it. The absolute key here is making your hero relatable. We're not talking about some perfect superhero. We need someone genuine, someone who faces the kind of challenges we all recognize. So for our purposes, let's invent a character named Alex, an aspiring engineer from a small town with these huge world-changing dreams. You can already see a bit of yourself in that, can't you? Of course, every hero needs a quest, and for that, we need to define the dream. Now, this isn't just some vague wish. It has to be a clear, challenging, and really aspirational goal. So for Alex, the dream isn't just to be an engineer. No, it's way more specific. It's to design revolutionary sustainable energy systems that could power their entire hometown. See that? That specificity immediately raises the stakes and gives the whole story a direction. And you know, every dream starts with a single spark. It's that one moment that ignites everything else. For Alex, maybe it was seeing pollution in their town's river, or maybe it was an amazing teacher who saw potential no one else did. This spark is so important because it gives the hero's motivation and origin story. It's the why that hooks us and sets the whole narrative in motion. And that brings us to Act 2, the architecture of adversity. Honestly, this is where the magic really happens. The struggle, the grind, that is the absolute engine of a motivational story. It's where our hero is forged in fire, and it's where we, the audience, really start to root for them. This right here, this is the reality of the grind. It isn't about slaying one big dragon. No, it's the day-to-day battle. It's tackling subjects that feel completely impossible. It's enduring one failed experiment after another. It's fighting that nagging voice of self-doubt. And most importantly, it's about making that conscious choice every single day to just keep going. And this gets to the absolute core of what makes a story truly motivational. We have to tear down this myth of innate talent. This idea that some people are just born brilliant. The real story, the one that inspires, is found in the unseen effort. It's the late nights, the messy drafts, the failed prototypes. That's the story people feel in their bones. You know that scene in every great movie, the rock bottom moment? Every great story has one. This is Alex, sitting in the lab after a huge failure, questioning if they're cut out for this at all. But here's the crucial pivot. It isn't the despair that defines our hero, it's their refusal to quit in that exact moment. That one choice, that's everything. Success is never, ever a straight line, and it's so important that your story shows this. The journey is all about persistence. You can show a huge failure in year 1, but then you follow it with a small, hard-won breakthrough in year 2. Maybe the game-changing insight doesn't even show up until year 4. Pacing it this way makes the final success feel earned, real, and so much more powerful. So what's the philosophy that underpins this whole journey? It really comes down to one thing, a growth mindset. It's the core belief that your abilities aren't set in stone. And you show this in your character not by what they say, but by what they do. When Alex fails, do they say, "I'm not smart enough"? Absolutely not. They say, "Okay, what can I learn from this?" That right there is the growth mindset in action. All right, we've built our character, we've walked them through the fire, and now it's time for the payoff. Welcome to Act 3, Engineering the Epic Win. This is where all that struggle, all that grinding, finally culminates in something truly meaningful. This is the moment we've all been waiting for.
The breakthrough. It's that powerful, emotional scene where Alex's turbine design finally works, or that impossible equation suddenly clicks into place. And it doesn't feel like a sudden victory out of nowhere, it feels earned. Because it's the direct result of every single late night and every failure we just witnessed in Act 2.
And at this point, you want to land the plane. A great motivational story doesn't leave the audience guessing what the point was. You deliver a clear, powerful takeaway message, just like this quote says. Success didn't come from talent. It came from unwavering dedication and the sheer courage to keep going when things got tough. So you've got the story structure down, but how do you actually bring it to life on screen? This is where your production choices become critical. Think about using metaphorical imagery, like a tangled mess of wires slowly becoming an elegant circuit, to show the struggle. Think about how a powerful soundtrack can swell during a breakthrough, or how a moment of complete silence right before the win can create incredible tension. Visually, you have to take the audience on this ride with your character. Don't just tell us Alex worked hard, show us. Start with dark, cluttered scenes, Alex buried under piles of books. As they make progress, the scenes get brighter, cleaner. A time-lapse of a whiteboard filling up with equations isn't just showing work, it's a powerful visual for relentless effort and the slow build of knowledge. And please do not sleep on the power of audio. It's huge. Your soundtrack should mirror the story's emotional arc, starting quiet and maybe a little somber, building with tension during the struggle, and then just soaring during the final victory. But it's often the little things that pull us in the most, those subtle sound effects, the click of a keyboard, the rustle of paper, a frustrated sigh. Those tiny details make the effort feel real and incredibly immersive.
So, there you have it, the 3-act blueprint for a story that genuinely motivates. It's a powerful formula that puts the focus right where it belongs, on relatable struggle and truly earned success. And that brings us to the final and most important question, which I'll leave with you. What story will you tell?